Hi, welcome back. So today I thought I would do a little video talking about Stay and Scream here at Horror Nights because I see a lot of confusion still with how it works. So I thought we would come here and kind of show you guys the ropes, and if you don't know how it works, kind of explain it because I think this is a great way to experience Horror Nights, especially if you're trying to get a lot done. If you come for Stay and Scream, you can get a ton done in just a teeny bit amount of time. So we'll kind of show you how much we can get done. It is currently about 5:07. So we're here just right after they closed offline, but we'll start talking about how Stay and Scream works and how you can get in and how you can get all these houses done quick. So I'm already heading to a line. Line's open, I think even before 5. So how Stay and Scream kind of works is you have to have a park ticket to get in before the event. I do believe they still sell it was like $45 or something last year, where you can get in about 2 hours before the event, and then you can go from there into a Stay and Scream location. So they sell like a Stay and Scream ticket. You do have to have obviously a ticket for the event tonight. So if you have a pass, for ours, we obviously have Universal passes and Halloween Horror Nights passes, so it's very easy for us to get in and just do whatever we want. But you do have to be in a line before 5 o'clock. So you have to be in the current Stay and Scream location where we are. We're in New York. I do believe they have 2 Stay and Scream locations this year, World Expo in New York. But you do have to be inside of Stay and Scream location before 5. Even if you're in the park before 5, you have to be inside of a Stay and Scream. So don't wait. I would just get into a Stay and Scream location with plenty of time to spare. So as you can see, there is plenty of people that do come here for Stay and Scream. It used to be a little slower, but it definitely has amped up a little bit. They don't open any scare zones until the event actually starts, and they kind of clear out the Stay and Scream people. But we're currently in line for Quiet Place. We are already moving. House doesn't technically open until 5:30, but sometimes they do open early just to get as many people. It's kind of whenever they're ready to open, they'll open as early as they can. I did also want to mention they do open a lot of the food booths over here in New York early. That's why most people come to this one. So you can get a little bit of food. You can get in a line for one of the bigger houses and get them done early. But again, you're in the park before the event actually starts. So technically it doesn't start until 6:30, but a lot of times the gates open around 6. It's just whenever they can get park clear. But again, you can get into this event through a normal ticket and then a Horror Nights ticket. I just want to make that clear because I've seen a lot of confusion online, and I remember when I first started doing Stay and Scream, I was very confused on how it works. I thought it was separate ticketed. Nope, just have to be in the park. You also have to have a Horror Nights ticket. So just come to one of the Stay and Scream, scan in, and that's it. Again, we're just waiting in line for Quiet Place. Probably gonna be a little bit of a wait because we are not open until 5:30, but we're already moving just a little bit. The other thing I thought I'd mention is we're not actually following the normal line, so we're not heading into the corral kind of in front of Rip Ride Rocket there. We're actually just almost heading straight into the house. That will make our wait a little bit less. So we kind of made it to the corner over here where you can't see. They do have the opening times above the lines, so 5:15 for Insidious. And then you can see the line for both Ghostbusters and Insidious off to our right, stretching all the way down to New York. They have had us start filling the queue over here in front of the stage. Again, not too bad of a wait, honestly, when you realize that there's not as many quick queue. These lines will move a ton quicker. So it just hit 5:30 here. So they are gonna let, I think, Express go first, but then after that, we should start moving here very shortly. So we're pretty close to the entrance now. We've waited about 30 minutes, so it's almost 6 o'clock, unfortunately. It seems like we might be having some house problems or something with this one because we've continuously stopped. I don't know if it's just people stopping in the house or if they're having some problems inside the house. But still not too bad considering the event still isn't even open. It's almost 6 o'clock, so we're heading in just about around 6 o'clock. So you can see kind of regular crowd coming in because there's a lot of running happening. We're actually not going to hang out at this front area because this is where a lot of people go. So I would never suggest staying up here at the front at the beginning. A lot of people are like, oh, let's get the big house done at rope drop. But the lines for those big houses are already really long because of the fact of Stay and Scream. So I would not suggest coming up here, and I would actually head towards the back, towards like Goblins, Monsters, all of that. But we did get Ghostbusters in before it even opened. So obviously, again, really great to come here and get in a couple houses. I would suggest going towards Insidious or Ghostbusters because they had a much shorter wait than Quiet Place. and they seem to move a lot quicker. It seemed like our house, the reason we weren't moving is people were just stopping and then running. That's what happened to us when we were inside the house. About halfway through, we all of a sudden stopped and stood for like 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden it was like a mad dash. So not necessarily anything here's fault, just people stopping in the houses. Don't stop in the houses. But again, I would go towards Insidious or Ghostbusters, and you could probably knock out both of those and maybe even another one before the park even opens. Right now we're heading back to Major Suites. Then we're probably gonna head towards the back towards Goblins and Monsters after that. So we're over here at Major Suites Candy Factory, only 10 minutes. Again, so you can see behind us, there's like nobody coming back here yet. A lot of people rush those front houses. I don't think that is the move if you wanna get a lot done. As you can see, literally we're walking in, so not a bad wait at all. I do want to mention tonight is going to be a little busier for us because it is currently Sunday the 29th. The Hurricane closed Horror Nights for Thursday, so it's got a little bit higher of a crowd. But again, no wait for Major Suites, so we're heading right in. So we just got out of Major Suites, we'll talk about it in a second, but I did want to mention Wolfman is completely gone. He was here like one night, we didn't even see him. Now it's just a normal Halloween Horror Nights photo op. So we just got out of Major Suites. Again, literally no line. We walked right in. There wasn't even people around us. You don't get that a whole lot other than when you're doing Stay and Scream where you're at like the front of the line. We're heading back to Monsters and Goblins again because usually these two back here almost never have a wait immediately. A lot of people run to either those front houses or actually Slaughter Cinema and Museum get a lot of a line towards the beginning when people split off to the right of the park. It's kind of the first ones they see. I thought we would mention while we're over here that if you are looking to go to a Nightmare Fuel, that I would highly, highly suggest you go. Make sure you get there about 30 minutes prior because the lines always fill up. And I would actually go to that 8 o'clock first one or the 11 o'clock because those are both like really high points for the event. They're very, very busy. You're gonna wait a lot of line time in the houses. That 12:30 is a little bit of a slower show over here, but that's your prime house time. So I would definitely try to get in an earlier show. Just make sure you get here early and line up early to get yourself a good spot, but honestly, there's a lot of good spots in there, so just get in the show. So minor Horror Nights update over here, I just thought I'd mention because they just switched to have both signs and wait times on either side instead of kind of having them together. That I thought was a little silly, so I'm glad they made that change. But both Goblins and Monsters are both 5 minutes. Yeah, this is why I suggest coming over here. Goblins literally is a walk-in, and Monsters is almost a walk-in. It's stopping a little bit before the door, but not much, so basically a walk-in. But we're doing this one first because this one will get a longer line in probably just a few minutes. So here comes Monsters, our third house, and it's only 6:30. Technically, the event only is supposed to start right now. So we just got out of Monsters Eternal Bloodlines. I still really like that house. Minor spoilers ahead. I won't tell you what happens in the ending, but I do think it's weird that they set it up to have an ending, different like endings in there, and they just didn't decide to do it, I feel like. Like they set it up with a generic ending where they could change out the outcome, and then they didn't do it, because they've done that with many monster houses before, but didn't do it for this one. We're literally almost up to Goblins Feast. We just got in line. Definitely made the right choice. A little bit longer of a line for Monsters and almost nothing for Goblins. So here comes our fourth house of the night, Goblins. So there's our fourth and final house for the night. Again, we did Stay and Scream tonight, so that obviously enhanced our night here because it is only 6:45. So normally the event only opens about 15 minutes ago. And we're already 4 houses in. So if you were here for a full night doing this, you would get a ton done. You might even get a second run through in a certain house, especially when you hit that 1 o'clock. If you're here towards that 1 o'clock time, everything dies. So you can almost walk in every house besides a couple of the front ones. But we're gonna be heading out here. I think we're gonna get a treat on the way out, so stay tuned for that. But otherwise, we're basically done here tonight. So I think for a treat tonight, I am gonna get the poison apple that I've wanted to try for a little bit. It's a caramel mousse with an apple filling and streusel cake. Sounds pretty good, pretty interesting. So here's a look of it a little closer here. Doesn't look too bad, it's not massive. I've got big hands, so I don't know how to reference this. I guess just a fork. Yeah, not huge, but it's not too small either. So it started raining on us on our way out, so not our normal spot that we usually end off here, just over here by the ticket booths. My treat, I really like that. I'm a big texture person, so when it has like cookie crumbles below it, I really like it to kind of roll it in and add a lot so you can have every single bite with a ton of it. I really like that. So I would definitely be getting that again at some point. But overall, a really great night. Just to go over Stay and Scream again, you have to have a ticket to get into the park for the day. So you have to be in the park to do Stay and Scream. Not a special ticket for Stay and Scream though. You just have to have a ticket for the park, then a ticket for Horror Nights, and then you just go scan in at the location. They just let you in the crowd. You can go eat a few things. You can hop in the line. I definitely again suggest going to do either Insidious or Ghostbusters. But again, I think we got really unlucky. But even though like an hour and we had 4 houses in some of the bigger houses too, that is not a bad night. Definitely would suggest doing this if you really want to hit everything and you're local or you're coming here on vacation and you're in the park already. Definitely a great spot to do it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it brought a little more joy into your day. And we'll see you guys next time.